Hey, you. See, the thing about it is I always knew I was going to be wealthy. I always knew I was going to be rich ever since I was a kid. I remember being a kid and making office spaces in the closet. My mom would tell you about that. I made little offices. I always knew that I would be the businessman. I always wanted to do business. I always sold candy in school. I always did the things, sold video games, made artwork, sold it. It's in my DNA, but it's in everybody's DNA. Every time I ever had a job, I got fired from the job. Why? Because it wasn't for me. I'm a star seed. I cannot be confined. See, people with great things, people that's gonna do great things, you can't confine them, you can't contain them because they're cosmic. I'm cosmic. I was meant to be more. So anytime you try to contain me and put me on an 8-hour shift or put me in a corporation or a firm, it doesn't work for me. Why? Not because I'm dysfunctional, not because I'm a problem, because I'm more. Anytime I ever started a job, I always looked at the job like I was supposed to be the boss or a supervisor or something like that, even if it was an entry-level position. In the firms, in corporate America, I didn't ever fit in because I was that guy at the meetings that always had something smart to say or intelligent, and that doesn't go with, if you read the 48 laws of power, you're supposed to never outshine your master. But I always outshine my master. And that was my problem, and that's been my problem. So the only solution to that problem is be my own boss. And it works for me because I know what works. Digital age, you have to start selling yourself, branding yourself. Anybody will tell you from the old neighborhoods, from child, I always brand myself. I did things outside the box. People will tell you, we'll do interviews with people from my old neighborhood, stuff like that. You know, rugged, wild hundreds, I went from the streets to the corporate suites, you see? Why? Because of ambition. Because back then I was telling people that I'm gonna be rich, that I'm gonna be wealthy. You see, it's in you, not on you. It's deep embedded inside you. You have to feel it. You have to meditate. I meditate on knowledge, instinct. I move when I feel like it's time to move. I don't surround myself around things that's unhealthy for me. I was never a good drug seller. I was a good drug seller, but I wasn't. You see, I was good at the math of it, but I was too paranoid to really make things happen. I don't want to look behind my back and worry about if I'm being watched or something like that. See, the thing about it is they always tell you about the guys that was big drug dealers that if they would have did business, they would have been great businessmen. Well, I'm one of those guys that decided not to do the drugs, but to do the business. Now I'm a great businessman. And you could be one too.